Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to the new video for this week. As for this week, we are entering the new topic, the new unit, which is Unit 3, The Wonders of Nature. When we look at the word nature itself, we know it is a little bit, or maybe it touches more on our environment, also the greens. We are going to focus on the vocabulary that is related to the environment or maybe nature. Before we start, let us take a look at the first picture that I want to show you. This is the picture. Have you ever seen this picture before? Or this scene? This is what we call aurora or southern light. Any aurora lights, some of the people call it as aurora lights. This is a phenomena that we can see the lights at the skies turn into somehow ombre with different tones, where we can see that we have a lots of tones here, the lighter tones and also the darker tones of green. Usually you can see the aurora lights at Norway or maybe Greenland. I hope that one day we will reach there for us to see it with our own eyes. Let's start our lesson for today. For today's lesson, our goals or our story for today would be you are able to label the pictures with the correct words, and then you need to write the 4 correct words to their pair by referring to the text. There is a text that we are going to read, and we are going to listen to the text. And then lastly, you are going to match the 4 sentences with their correct pairs. Before we start, I would like to actually explain or explore with all of you what are the differences between a lake, river, pond, and also stream. Usually, we know that all of these share the similarities of water. All of them flows water, all of them carries the water. The role of them is to provide the water sources to all of us. But do you know what the differences between these 4 water supplies? We can usually find, maybe in my opinion, I think we usually refer to any of the long trail of water as a river, and also the pond for a smaller size of water puddle, but it has a huge, or the depth is deeper than the puddle. Let us take a look at the differences. The differences between the river and also the stream, I'm so sorry with the font here. Here the river, we can see it is slightly larger than the stream. However, the stream is smaller than the river. For information, the river actually supplies the water to the stream, and then the stream will supply it either to another river or to other places. So therefore it is larger as it supplies to the smaller flow of water. That would be the differences for river and also stream. Let's move to the next part. Now let us take a look at the lake and the pond. Here we have a different picture, the sizes. Here for lake, it is actually shallow. It's a bit shallow compared to the pond, where pond is a bit deeper. So my question is it possible for a lake to become a pond? Yeah, but I believe it will become a pond one day, as when it is a smaller, it can grow to a bigger size and turns into a pond. Let us take a look at a depth explanation on the differences between the lake and also the pond. Here we have where the pond is deeper. The pond is shallow, as the sunlight reaches the bottom, and also the temperature is uniform. Uniform is the same. And for the lake, it is deeper and sunlight doesn't reach bottom, and the temperature is not different. It's not uniform, which the temperature is different at the surface, and also as it goes deeper, the temperature also changes. Okay, we have settled our explanation on the differences between the lake, pond, a river, and also stream. Now we are going to look into some of the places, okay, the pictures, the places for any of the places related to the nature. Let us take a look at the picture first, and then we are going to label the pictures together. Here we have 4 pictures. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm blocking the picture, one picture here. We have the picture of we will discuss later. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures, and then we have 5, 6, 7, 8 pictures. Okay, let us take a look at the selection of the words. Okay, Assalamualaikum. We are back with our first activity just now, where we are going to label. Okay, we are going to label the pictures. Let us take a look at our first picture. Okay, this will be our first picture here. Okay, so here we have a hole. Okay, it's a gray place. I believe it is made out of stone. Okay, this will be our first picture. This will be our second picture. Okay, you can see it is an empty space here, and it is at the edge, okay, at the corner of a certain place. I believe it's a hill, so we are focusing this part. And then we have an icy place. Okay, we have a bricks of ice here, and we have a sea. Okay, we have here a place, a blue nice ocean sea. Okay, this would be our third picture, and this would be our last picture, last picture for this slide. Okay, let us take a look at the first picture. My hand just now will be a gray and a hole. We can see a tiny dinosaur here in front of the place. Okay, is it a cliff? Is it a cave? Is it a coast? Is it a glacier, rainforest, valley, stream, or pond? I believe you still remember we have just discussed on the stream and the pond just now. Okay, so for the first picture, it will be either a cave. Okay, a cliff. I give you a hint. A cave, rainforest, or valley. Okay, as all of this part is related to the water. We have coast, we have glacier, we have stream, and also pond. Okay, so the first picture is a place where when we enter, it can produces echoes. When we speak, it produces echoes. What would be the place? Let's start with C. If you study the picture, okay, if you go to the edge of this place, okay, edge of the hill, do you believe that you can make an echo? It is, right, if it's from a taller place. However, my hint will be it is covered. Okay, so the answer for the first picture would be a cave. So this is a cave where back then this used to be the houses or the shelter for the human. Very good. So the second picture, which is also related to this three words, okay, as this is related to the water, so the answer would be cliff. Okay, cliff is at the edge of the hill or at the edge of mountain. You need to be careful, as when you jump off the cliff, it is very very dangerous and it will actually affect your life. Okay, and then lastly, my hint just now will be a bricks of ice. Okay, we can find this place when we go to the north. Okay, so it's a glacier. Very good. The last place will be either these three. We have stream and pond. You still remember what is stream just now? Stream is smaller than the river. Is this a river? No, right? So is this a pond? Pond is deeper than the lake. So this would be a coast. Okay, this is what we call a coast, this area. Okay, let us move to the next part. Okay, here we have some water based resources and also the nature here. Okay, the greens and also the blues part. Just now we have already answered coast. We have already covered on cliff. We have already covered on glacier. We also have covered the cave. Therefore, this will be the rest of the answer. Okay, do you still remember what did I mention just now? Let us group the words that belongs to the water base and also the earth base, the land base. So we have pond and also stream. And then the rainforest and the valley will be the land base. Okay, let's take a look at our first picture here, but it will be our fifth picture overall for the total of the pictures. Okay, remember what did I say, what we have discussed on the differences between pond, lake, stream and also river. Okay, so here we have pond and stream. Is stream looks like a puddle? No, right? So therefore the answer for the fifth picture would be pond. Okay, pond is deeper than the lake. Okay, and the stream is smaller than the river. So the river is larger than the stream as it provides the water to the streams. Okay, let's take a look at these two. We have valley and also rainforest. Rainforest is a very thick jungle, a thick forest. It has a lot of habitats there. Valley is place where we have mountains and also hills. Therefore, this belongs to rainforest. This picture belongs to the valley. Okay, good job everyone. Remember, you just need to classify or differentiate the words that is belong to it groups, either the water base and also belongs to the earth and the land. Okay, let's move to the next part, shall we? Okay, in the previous text, I believe it's just a short text, we have some words that is matched to the words that you have on your left side. Okay, here we have some word that is matched based on the text. I'm sorry. So let's take a look at the first word is fossil. So let's take a look at the second line. It said here, creating climate change by burning fossil fuels. So what you are going to do, you're just going to type here fossil and you're going to type here fuel. You use your pencil later, we are going to do it. You just type it as fossil fuels. Okay, that is how you're going to do. Once you have completed, we are just going to check our answers together. We are going to look at the words in the boxes in the screen, on the screen, where we have listened to a text. Okay, the text we have provided you just now is about what's new. Okay, the innovation of the people, what have they done. Okay, let's take a look at the first word we have discussed earlier in my instruction. Fossil will belong to the fuel. Okay, because in the second line it mentioned about the fossil fuels. Let us take a look at the second word, conservation. Let's take a look at the text. Okay, please refer to your text. We can turn to page 34. Okay, we have conservation. Conservation will be at the last paragraph on at the second last line. Many countries have set up conservation areas. Okay, conservation areas. Okay, very good. How about climate? It belongs to the first line, climate change. Okay, so the answer would be climate change. For natural, let's take a look at the text. We have a natural here. Do you think it's from the first paragraph? Yes, it is. It is in paragraph 1, which it belongs to the fourth line. Natural habitats. Oops. And then for the fifth word, we have solar. Okay, we have solar. It belongs to the first paragraph, which is solar power. Okay, third line. And then we have power. This now is solar power. Now we are looking for power. Does it belongs to the first, second, or third paragraph? It belongs to the first paragraph on in the second line, power stations. Okay, and then we have number 7, endangered. Let's look at our first, second, and third paragraph. Can you guess which paragraph does endangered belongs to? Yes, it is in the third paragraph in the second line. There are endangered species. Lastly, we have renewable. Okay, renewable. Renewable belongs to the first paragraph. We have renewable energy. Okay, very good, everyone. Good job on your hard work for for finding the words in the text. Okay, we shall move to the next part. Now we are going to look at the exercise. Okay, the exercise for this vocabulary part. We have 8 sentences here. Renewable energy is very important. Okay, and then based on this sentence, you just need to match the sentence that is related to it. As an example, let's take a look at the first sentence. We have renewable energy is very important. Okay, the hint is you just need to look at what is the function for renewable energy. Then the answer would be most of our electricity is still produced in them. Okay, the answer would be the fourth line here. Okay, and then once you have completed, we just are going to check our answers together. Okay, this will be the last part for our exercise. Okay, we are going to match each of the sentences that is related to the first sentence. Okay, let's take a look at the first one. Renewable energy is very important. So the answer would be it is the power we get from the sun, wind, and sea. As we all know, sun, wind, and sea is the renewable energy because it serves as a long-term supplies. Very good. Okay, and then for the second sentence, humans are using all the planet's fossils fuels quickly. Does it matches they help to give animals and insects in danger of extinction a safe place to live? No, right? Does it related to a temperature? Is it extinct? Okay, so let's take a look at the hint, which is fossil fuels. Okay, so fossil fuels refers to oil, coal, and gas. So the answer would be it took millions of years for oil, coal, and gas to form, and we are using them up too fast. Okay, I do agree with this statement. We are using all of these fossil fuels very rapidly. Okay, so let us move to the third sentence. Many people think climate change is a big problem. I do think. Okay, this is because, okay, the hint here is climate change. Okay, so the answer would be the temperature of the earth and sea has gone up about 1 degree Celsius in the last 100 years. That is a lot huge, okay? It's a lot of differences, a lot of gap here because it already increases by 1 degree Celsius in the last 100 years. Okay, let us move to the next part. Conservation areas are very important. So conservation area is where we place the animals or shelter for the affected animals or also habitat. So the answer would be they help to give animals and insects in danger of extinction a safe place to live. Okay, let's move on. An animal's natural habitat is the place where it lives. Okay. And an animal's natural habitat is the place where it lives. Therefore, it's important that we don't destroy the land they live on. Okay, we have a lot of issues in the illegal hunting and deforestation that actually destroy the animals shelter. Oh, I can see there's a hiccups here. So this is a new sentence. Okay, many animals are on the list of endangered species. Okay, many animals belongs to many animals are on the list of endangered species. So the answer will be, if we don't protect them, they will become extinct. Before it become extinct, it will be an endangered species. Okay, let's take a look at our seventh sentence. Okay, number 7. Solar power is available everywhere. Yes, because solar power is um, related to the sun. Okay. Oh, that's my hint. So the answer will be, we get it from the sun and it is very easy to use. So lastly, we have power stations are often huge. Okay, the answer will be, most of our electricity is still produced in them. Okay, we have done with our exercises. Okay, there are a lot of new things, the new words that we learn. I believe fossil fuels are the words that is repeatedly mentioned. Fossil fuels, renewable energy, climate change, conservation areas, habitat, endangered species and also extinct, solar power, temperature, animals, insect. Okay, that are the words that we are familiar with in this topic, as it is referring to the wonders of nature. Okay, everyone, we have reached the end of our lesson. Okay, so for today's lesson, we have covered several parts on the uh, name of the places, such as stream. We have covered on glacier. Earlier, we have seen a photo on the aurora where we can see it at Norway or maybe Greenland. And then we did some labeling where we labeled the picture with the correct words. We have glacier, we have rainforest, we have stream, we have valley, and then we just move on to the text where we listen to a text, okay, a short text, and then based on the text we match some of the words that is match in the text, and simply we write the answer in the blanks. And lastly, we match the sentences with the um, appropriate sentences that follows the previous sentence. That will be all for today's lesson. We covered on some vocabularies. I hope that you still remember what are the vocabularies that is being covered in today's lesson. I really hope to see you anytime soon. Thank you very much for tuning in. Assalamualaikum.